What's up, guys? Chasing Langley here with episode 142 of The Journey. And in today's episode, we should secure promotion to the Premier League. So, without any further ado, like, subscribe, ring the bell. I'm going to roll the intro. Let's go get promoted, hopefully. So, quick catch up then. Last episode we played Birmingham, we've played Ipswich and lost 2-1, and Burnley, our rivals, and beaten them 2-0 since then. Today we play West Brom in the Championship. We are still, of course, top of the table. We're 7 points clear of Coventry and Norwich with 4 games left to play. As I said, 7-point advantage, but Coventry and Norwich play each other today. So either one of them is going to win, which would, in theory, if we win, guarantee us promotion, or they'll draw, we'll win, and we will be mathematically almost impossible to catch because we've got a plus 16 goal difference on Norwich, plus 17 on Coventry, and honestly, I can't see a world in which we don't pick up a single point between now and the end of the season. So let's get into the team selection for today, which is pretty much unchanged from last time. It's Carl Jakob Hein, Heffer, Orr, Lynch, Matson, Castle, Garrett, Gould, Lowry, and Fonku, and Graham up top. On the bench, it's Lunt, Farrell, Mascara, Arroyo, Clausen, Guerrero, Vipont, Saber, and Cooper. So fairly unchanged. The usual lineup. And if we can get this done today, then at least get promotion secured today, I can start thinking of what we do in the future. I've already got a few ideas of what's going to happen over the summer window, but we need to secure the promotion first. Tell everyone to pick up where they left off last time. We're not going to overcomplicate things for today too much because really there's not a lot of point. In terms of early thoughts for next season, I need to have a look at the loan players, see what their contracts look like, because if we can pick up one or two of them on frees in the summer, that would be fantastic. I would quite like to keep Cooper. I would quite like to keep Heffer if I can. And they're certainly the two key targets amongst our loan brigade for us to keep. In terms of the rest of the squad, I think I'm going to let Lunt go in the summer. He's already got some interest. I'd love to keep Sam Castle if I can, because he's been really, really good for us. And a few other players in there that we'd like to take a look at. But we've got a highlight, and it's Gibson on the ball for West Brom to Williams to Lopez. Lopez taking his time. There's lots of Lopez's at this level. I don't know why. Suzuki in goal for West Brom. Michalski to Bianchieri, I think it was. I can't keep track of all the names. And Fonku going over the top looking for Graham. Then Ronaldo Graham is through, and Ronaldo Graham gets only his 5th goal of the season. He's been an interesting one in that I think he's got a lot of potential, but he's not prolific. We do play better with him up top, but he doesn't score as much. He does seem to be involved in a lot of attacking play, and he certainly set up the likes of Lowry and Saber quite a lot while he's been on the pitch, and Fonku as well, but he doesn't seem to get a lot himself, which is really interesting. So something to look into maybe, but again, it's a case of if his contract is running out or not. But for now, we are in the lead as the Around the Ground stands. We are currently 9 points clear, no goals in the Coventry and Norwich game as yet, so nothing happening at the Rico. I don't even know if it's still called the Rico anymore. But so far we're looking good as we've got a goal kick here for West Brom. They're playing the ball nicely up the field. It's a Maury going forward to Meyer, goes back to Gibson, and that's with Williams. Morris, we're not pressing as well as we usually do. It's got to be said, Lopez with the ball forward, but picked up in the air by Heffer. That's one of the reasons I'd love to keep him, as Gould gets the ball back to Orr. Orr drifting up the field as he is wont to do, to Gould again, going all the way back to the goalkeeper Hein, and finds Castle. I don't think Hein will be our first choice goalkeeper next season. I think I can probably find someone better, but he's on a backup contract, so he can't complain about being a second choice if that's what it comes down to in the summer. As Gould gets into the box, and Eugene Gould gets his 6th of the season. The 16-year-old, he is still 16, by the way, is absolutely phenomenal. Will definitely be in our team next year. I think he's probably almost ready to become a really solid Premier League player anyway. He's just been so good for us. He's been so instrumental in a lot of what we've created. I think I'd like to start using him in the 10 at some stage in the future, but I don't think it's going to be immediately unless I find a really good winger over the summer. We've got another corner, and I think it's our first corner of the game. We've got a corner, Maatsen into the box, and that's Kieran Lynch's 7th of the season. He keeps popping up with goals from corners, and it's 3-0. This one is over as a contest inside sort of the first 27 minutes. You would have to say, although our defence, admittedly, been shaky. Something I will be looking to work on in the summer is our defence, because it has been a bit shaky at times. But as things stand elsewhere at the moment, still 0-0, Coventry and Norwich, which is good. We are secure for the playoffs already, of course. We should secure promotion with this today. I mean, I say we should secure promotion. We won't get any official notification we've secured promotion unless someone wins the Norwich and Coventry game, as Coventry go ahead to take second, which would secure us promotion. Ironically, we are looking at results elsewhere to properly secure promotion, but either way, I think we are fairly secure in promotion either way, because even if we were to finish the game 9 points ahead of both of them, you'd have to argue that's the title over as well as promotion anyway. So, in fact, it would be promotion secured anyway, because there'd be no way of them both getting more goal difference than us. It's not mathematically possible. I didn't even look to see if anyone needed a pointy finger. They're playing so well. I didn't look. But yeah, I think we are pretty much in the bag for promotion, which is nice. We will maybe come back for the next game just so we can see a trophy lift, because it'd be nice to see a championship trophy lift, you know. And yeah, we're looking pretty solid so far, so I cannot complain. I cannot have any complaints at all about how we're doing. We're looking really good, and I guess we just settle in and let this one play out. Throw in now Morris for West Brom to Echegoyen, who gets tackled, and Graham now has the ball. Gives it away though back to Echegoyen. It's with Gibson. Gibson going forward to Meyer. Meyer to Hongler. Hongler to Lopez. Lopez with time and cuts the ball over the top, but Heffer will get there. Castle heads it forward looking for Lowry. Isn't finding him. It's now with Meyer for West Brom to Angerin. Back to Morris, and Morris goes forward looking for Echegoyen to Angerin again. Forward for Meyer. Meyer's through on goal. Meyer scores. And, well, this is where I say the question marks I have about our defence start to rear their head, because there does seem to be a lack of concentration in the last 20-odd minutes of games that I've noticed quite a lot, that I do need to address in the window, because we can get away with it in the Championship, we can, but we're never getting away with it in the Premier League. We'd have been torn apart so many times this season, and we have been a couple of times in the Championship as well, and it's just, you know, it is what it is. But let's make some changes. Why not? Because we've got 10 minutes left, and a few players are looking a bit tired. So changes-wise, Farrell at right back, Arroyo at left back, Clausen in the middle, Lowry's moved back. I know he's not playing well, but he's still reasonably fit. Saber and Guerrero on in the attacking midfield roles. Essentially, we're just replacing tired legs. As much as I would have liked to have replaced Lowry because he's not playing well, I'd rather have as few tired legs on the field as possible for the last 10 minutes, just because it will kind of counteract that little bit of defensive frailty we sometimes show, as Arroyo gets a throw in to Nfonku, turns, gives it to Lowry, back to Arroyo. Arroyo with a cross, looking for Saber at the back post, and Julian Jean Guerrero's there with his 9th of the season. What a signing he's been, by the way. Rejected by Watford, and generally never quite looking like he'd live up to his potential, which is the story of his career in real life, to be honest. And it's finally looking like he might be coming good. He might be a bit of a late developer, Mike Guerrero, and I'm not against that, because it's 4-1 now. If he keeps playing this well next season, I think we've got a real bargain. We signed it for nothing. It's Gibson looking for a long throw, which was a rubbish long throw. Did find a teammate, Asomba, who's probably going to set something up now. I said that. Gibson now with the ball across the field, and it's finally fallen to Escher Goyen. Was that Kobe Mainu? That can't have been Kobbie Mainoo. That would be ridiculous. It was Kobbie Mainoo playing for West Brom in the Championship. Good stuff. Clouston over the top. And, well, it's sloppy. Asomba coming back at us. Let's not concede another goal. If we can avoid it, and Hine is there to make a save. Apparently it was almost an own goal, but, you know, either way, it didn't go in. They've got a corner element to take this one. We just need to defend this well, and we'll be in good nick. So let's not mess this one up as we get it clear with Guerrero. Farrell just hoofs it upfield. Eshagoyen will pick this back up, but you can't imagine this is going to go anywhere. There you go. It didn't go anywhere. And we are looking good. There we go. So let's have a look at the table. And that is promotion secure for sure. So it's just Coventry and Norwich fighting it out now for second place, theoretically. There you go. Congratulations on securing promotion. Love to see it. Great stuff. And we are looking strong now. So we will come back for the next game against Huddersfield. They're 22nd in the league. It should be an absolute gimme. We got any budget through yet? We haven't. If we get a budget, I'll mention it next episode. But for now, oh, we have got a budget. There you go, I see it. 38.5 million transfer budget, 56 million in wages, which means we've got 17 million a year to spend on wages, 38.5 on players. I'm going to use a lot of that on youngsters because I think our first team is good enough for survival in the Premier League. Very few question marks. Jake Garrett, I'd wonder if he can step up, but he is also wanted and he's worth 20-odd million, so maybe we make some money there. Sakor is wanted. I'd like to keep him, but if a good bid comes in, I will replace him quite handily. And Funkyu is looking really good. He's at the peak of his potential. He's leading Championship, but he's so good. He's been so good since he came in for us, has Brooklyn and Funkyu, that I really do want to try and keep him. He's not the best Premier League player in the world, but he's certainly a serviceable Premier League player. Eugene Gould, of course, will be keeping around as well for next season. In terms of the question marks, it's really Maatsen, it's Garrett. We're going to need a striker. I might see if we can get hold of Matteo Aluni. I might see if he is now running down his contract. Mascara, 50-50. If we get a bid for him, it's fine. If we don't, he'll be a perfectly serviceable backup. Alison Arroyo, we might let go just because he's turning 31. He's not the best player in the squad, but he's very versatile, which is why he keeps making the bench. Vipont, 50-50 because he's been fine, but he's not consistent. He's quite inconsistent as a player. Saber will keep around because he's quite dangerous, but I don't think he's a Premier League player. And everyone on the bench, you know, Ajuma, almost certainly not staying. Broggio, probably not staying. Golding, definitely not staying. Cassis will go on loan. Bushnia might go on loan as well. Milarup, depending who we sign. We'll see how that goes. Murphy and Chaplow, I think we'll let go. And Ali Tok, if we get a good offer, could be on the way out the door. That's sort of the size of things as I'm looking at them right now. But of course, that could change. Anyway, let's wrap up the episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Have as always been chasing lamely. Do like, subscribe, ring the bell, leave the comments down below. Let me know how you think we're going to do for the Premier League next year. Join me for the Championship title match next time out. And until next time, I've been Chasing Laney. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Have a good one.